Have you ever been told to check your privilege?
If you have, you know the conversation can get heated pretty quickly.
Accusations are thrown, feelings get hurt, and there's a tendency to assume the worst, even among good friends.
This week, it happened between Malika and my character Davia in Good Trouble when it's discovered that Davia's student Vivian may be homeless.
I think Viv is homeless. She is shoveling food in her mouth and she's carrying around dirty clothes in her backpack. Trust me, something's going on here. The thing is, both Davia and Malika just want the best for Vivian. So how did it go from 0 to... Why you gotta get defensive?
Because you're attacking me when I am just honestly trying to understand that.
If the truth feels like an attack, you need to check your privilege.
It boils down to the relationship we have with that word. Privilege. What it means, who has it, who doesn't, and why someone would call it out.
So let's start with the basics. Privilege doesn't mean that you get box seats at a playoff game or a new sports car on your birthday. It means that there are certain realities, certain laws of life that don't apply to you the way that they do to everyone else.
It's the luxury of assuming that whatever situation you're in will play out fairly, or the way it's supposed to, given your understanding of the world around you. The way it would if everyone started on the same playing field.
Privilege itself isn't a bad thing, but gone unchecked, it can leave one group of people blind to the struggles of another group.
In the context of Good Trouble, Davia's privilege refers to her stable, relatively well-off upbringing. It's easier for her to write off the possibility that Vivian is homeless because she doesn't have experience with it. In other words, she has the privilege of assuming Vivian has a home, that Vivian is starting out on an even playing field.
Malika, on the other hand, does know a thing or two about homelessness, so she's able to pick up on signs that Davia can't.
When the two competing realities come to a head, well, we saw what happens in the show.
See, this is the problem with recruiting white college grads to teach at diverse urban schools. Y'all can't relate to your students, and you have no clue what their real home lives are like.
So now you want to educate me. It's not uncommon to feel offended when someone has their privilege called out, and to come back with things like, I'm not privileged, my life hasn't been easy, I've had to work hard. And that may be true. Nobody's saying you haven't had to overcome challenges of your own. It just means there are certain problems you haven't had to come up against as a result of your race, gender, or economic status.
It's more of a reality check, a reminder that your specific worldview isn't universal.
For someone like Davia, who didn't grow up with the challenges of Vivian and many inner city kids face, it can be harder to spot the root cause of underlying problems.
The truth is, we all have some form of privilege, things that we never had to experience and therefore don't understand.
We need to realize that not every conversation requires a response, and that sometimes we just need to take a seat and listen.
Be empathetic to other people and recognize that everyone's experiences through life are different.
Share this video if you think we all need to check our privilege.